Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. It is Tuesday, election day, November, who cares? And let's just say this is my second attempt of recording this video, and the first attempt ended because it went absolutely disastrous. I opened up the figure I'm going to review today, and then a giant gust of wind came and blew everything over. So I decided to move to a less windy spot back here in my backyard, next to my dad's garden, and we're going to try to record this again. So, what I did get recorded was me looking at the box, which is beautiful. It is wonderful box packaging. But what am I even reviewing today, you may ask yourself, because I haven't told you yet. Then again, you're probably not asking because you read the thumbnail and title and clicked on this video. So, what I have for us today is the beautiful beast of the Mesozoic, Dilophosaurus weatherelli. See, it is halfway out of the packaging. I have not even got it fully out yet before disaster struck. But that's what we're gonna do now. So, let's get it open. Alright, so I already got it cut open, and I got the tail cut open. So we're just going to attach the two onto each other, and boom. This is the most, I know I said this last video, but this is the most excited I've been for a video in a good long while. I said that last time about the Hiya Toys Rodan, but that was just because I was waiting for this thing to arrive in the mail, which it did today, and sure enough, it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Dilophosaurus is my favorite dinosaur of all time. It was Spinosaurus until I found out about the beauty of scientifically accurate Dilophosaurus. So, where do I even begin? I'm very, very happy about this. I'm gonna start with what came also in the packaging. This is something they just started doing recently, Creative Feast Studios, and they're going to continue doing, I'm assuming, with the Beast of the Mesozoic in the future, and I know for a fact they're going to do it with their Cyberzoic line, which is kind of their sister series of sci-fi dinosaur stuff. It's pretty cool. But here we have this little card here, and I mean, yeah, it's got the art that was on the box there. Beautiful artwork, and it's got this nice card here. Got a picture of the Dilophosaurus, and it's got a bunch of information. So it's got the length, the weight, location, where it was discovered, and yeah. I don't know if you can hear all the wind, but that's exactly why I'm down here on the ground. Yeah, yeah, this is very cool, and I know for a fact, stupid wind. I know for a fact that with their Cyberzoic line, they're planning on making a full card game sort of thing, sort of like a Pokemon card game type thing. That's fully fleshed out and stuff, but that is for if I ever get a Cyberzoic figure, which I probably will in the future. Now to why you clicked on this video. This beauty. So, if I upload this video on Tuesday, then most of you are probably going to be wondering about politics. But who cares about politics? I'm not a politics channel. I'm a dinosaur channel. That is why I'm here with... I love it. I absolutely love it. We'll start with the colors. And I know a lot of the Beasts of the Mesozoic toys early on were based on real animals, such as a lot of the raptors being real-life birds, such as, I believe, The dromeosaurus was a harpy eagle, stuff like that. But I don't know if this is based on a real animal, but the colors are beautiful. So we have this teal blue crest, which is pretty unique because Dilophosaurs are usually portrayed with either red or orange crests, maybe blue. But this is like a very teal color with these red stripes coming up. It's got these blue patches near the eyes. Got this very reddish color on the face that kind of lightens up near the snout here with red stripes. Inside the mouth, this is very unique. So, inside the mouth, let's see. Does it have a opposable tongue? Hold on a minute. It has a opposable tongue. It's so tiny, but it does have a opposable tongue. And as I was saying, inside the mouth is blue. Look at that. This is gonna become my new profile picture for my channel. But yeah, it's got this nice, sleek build. I'm getting ahead of myself. Colors right now. So it continues with this kind of nice brownish orange color on the underbelly, the legs, the hands, but then on top of that, it has this nice feathering, this sort of not really shaggy, kind of coarse. That's the word I'm looking for. Coarse feathers on top, this dark brown, fading into a gray color, which is beautiful. And on the tail, it's got darker stripes, and the tip of the tail goes darker. I mean, I love it. We're gonna move on to posability before we talk about the model. So, the articulation, of course, it's got a mouth opening, which can open pretty wide. That's pretty good. As I mentioned, this tiny little tongue, which is only half the length of the jaw, is posable. So look at that. You can have it flicking up. That's pretty cool. The neck, when I saw the first review on the Creative Beast Studio channel, this was one of the main remarks was, look at that. It can almost look completely behind it. Beast of the Mesozoic is absolutely leveling up their creativity, I guess. Their abilities to make beautiful things. So yeah, you can kind of have it kind of snaking, so it's like kind of looks like it's like a fox or something just checking you out. We'll go to the arms, which have a ball joint at the shoulders, so they can splay out a little bit. You can have them splaying out. You can rotate them. So look, he just wants a hug. Then it has an elbow joint that rotates. Ooh, I just discovered this by accident. Look at that, it's scratching his neck. That's cool. And it also has a wrist joint that rotates, I think. No, it doesn't rotate, but it does move like that. So that's the arms. It does have a torso joint. Doesn't move too much up and down, but side to side. I need to stop filming outside, as I waited for this helicopter to pass. Anyway, continuing on, yeah, the side to side, it's pretty good. It's wriggling around. Legs, it has, of course, the hip joint, move front and back. Doesn't actually, well, you can see it there. It kind of slightly moves out, but it's really nothing too remarkable. It has a knee joint, which is actually quite hard to move. Interesting. Well, it does have a knee joint, but it's not easy to move. Look at that, he's stretching. I'm already like just playing around with opposability. This is awesome. It has an ankle joint, so it can bend its ankles, and it has a second ankle joint, I guess, to move its foot. We'll get back to that later. Moving on to the tail, it has 3 major articulation points, one at the base of the tail, one about midway through, well, a little bit further through, and one at a little bit further. But the main thing, as you can see with these 3 little dots right there, is that it has a bendy wire in its tail. So you can pose it however you please. And that, combined with the incredible posability of the neck and the posability of the body, means he's chasing his tail. Look at that. Who knew we would get a Dilophosaurus chasing its tail figure in 2024? Anyway, we are going to move on to the model now. And I'm not gonna lie, I was unsure about it at first, because when I think of Dilophosaurus, I think of a kind of tall, slender creature, and the slender part is pretty true, but the arms and the legs are a bit shorter than I expected them to be, and honestly, it can't really rear up that much. Like, it can't move its body up or its neck. I mean, it can, however, of course, use its legs and move up, but its neck, like, it just kind of hunches. But now having it in hand, I'm fine with it. It's obviously much more accurate in real life than what I was imagining. So we're gonna move on to the details now, and it does have a much larger crest than what was previously thought. Like, previously, it was kind of just like this little slender slit, basically. Well, it's not a good word, but it was the word I thought of. Slit on top of its head. But, of course, in the modern day, it has this big, bony crests. Its mouth, the teeth are so well detailed, and you can see the lips kind of cover half of the top teeth. But the detail is very good. It's even got 2 little, can't really see it on the camera, but it does have 2 tiny little dots up at the top of the mouth at the back, that I'm pretty sure that's what connects to the nose so it can breathe. That's incredible detail. I've never seen detail that detailed, I guess. I've never seen that level of detail on another figure. Moving down, it's got this tiny little mohawk. Most of the neck actually doesn't have that much feathering on it. It's just kind of scaly skin, but it has this little mohawk on the neck, which is pretty cool. Moving down, of course, got pretty nice detailed feathers. Of course, it's kind of simple, but of course with Dilophosaurus in general, it just has this kind of basal feathering. It was an early dinosaur, and feathers aren't really a prominent feature on it. The arms, as I said, they are quite short, but you can see it's got the feathers along the front and the top of it until the hand and the fingers, but on the underside, it's bare. Now we're gonna move on to we're going to compare it with some other figures that I have here, and I'm not gonna lie, this thing is a lot bigger than I expected it to be. This is the 1/18th scale, but you know what? That's similar to Dilophosaurus in real life. Dilophosaurus in real life was quite big. So we're gonna go ahead and compare it. We have beautiful the Eutyrannus here, and it's about the length of just its tail. Now, the Eutyrannus figure itself has a long tail, but like, look at that. It's the distance from the tip of its head to the tip of its tail. As for height, I mean, obviously these aren't made for each other, but obviously this is not an accurate size comparison at all. That's pretty cool though. Next, we have a Ceratosaurus. This is the Collectae Ceratosaurus. It's a little clown. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, there was sort of the big three Jurassic carnivores, and that was Allosaurus, Ceratosaurus, and Dilophosaurus. Now, of course, Dilophosaurus did live in the Jurassic, but it lived at a completely different time and in different places. So I always imagined when I was younger three species coexisting with each other, or at least living in the same area as each other. That was actually completely wrong, and I was quite sad when I found out about that, because just the concept of these three living with each other, that's pretty cool. Next here, I have a couple other Beast of the Mesozoic figures. So first we have the, excuse me, I'm blanking on the name. Dromeosaurus, that's it, Dromeosaurus, which absolutely dwarfed in comparison. So I'm gonna put it in some kind of poses here. Now, of course, I do want to mention this Dromaeosaurus toy is missing a hand, but you know what? I don't mind that. It could be like a little individual. Maybe it got its hand bit off by a tyrannosaur or a crocodile when it was younger. But it's like, as a figure, actually, of course, these are handmade. So, like, there's, of course, gonna be imperfections. And this is one of the earlier figures in general. So, but anyway, I'm going to get some poses here. So we could have it kind of pouncing on the Dilo, or we could have the Dilo. Let me get it. We could have the Dilo eating it. Look at that. They fit perfectly with each other. They fit perfectly. Or we could have it, since this Dilo does have some pretty grabby looking hands, we could have it grabbing it. There we go. Look at that. Hey, look, it stayed. Yeah, I love this thing. I love this thing. Next, we do have the Catosaurus, which also, of course, has something wrong with its head. It's all right though. Like I said, handmade figures. So, I mean, this looks like, obviously these lived in completely different time periods and completely different places. But you know what? This Catosaurus looks like a perfect little snack for a Dilo. So we're gonna have it kind of pose like, look at that. It's like a fox that just got a rabbit. Just got it hanging in his mouth. It's pretty cool. Next, I have the tiny little sauropod from last time, and this time, it's we can pretend it's like a baby sauropod, and he's just enjoying life away from his parents, away from the herd, and all of a sudden, a Dilophosaurus comes and grabs him. Look at that. That's awesome. Or maybe he comes in with his arms and he runs out of the bushes. Boom. Boom. Got him in his hand. Now, I have the stand here, and this is very unique. I was incredibly confused when I first got this, but it's got this weird little thing right here, a weird little slit, and you rotate, so the stand itself has this little shape on the bottom of it, if you can see there. So you rotate it to where it can fit, and you put it wherever you want it, and then you rotate it like that, and there you go. So, utilizing the stand, what poses can we get? Interesting. There we go. He's kind of reaching out. He's kind of threatening. Maybe there's another predator around. He's threatening it. Let's see what else we got. We can have it in a kind of, there we go, roaring out over the valley. That's pretty cool. Or we could have him, like I said, let's see this again. He could be chasing his tail. I mean, I'm sure Dilophosaurs chase their tails. I'm sure a lot of dinosaurs chase their tails. So look at that. Just running in circles. or we could have him like this. He's like fighting something else. He's attacking it. That's actually a really cool pose. Um, I'm in love with this figure. We're gonna go ahead and close out the video here. I may post some more videos, kind of just this guy, like just some little poses I got with him. I'm about to go into the grass and make a thumbnail for the video as well as a profile picture. So, going to do that in just a minute. Let me fix his tail real quick. And I'm gonna close it off now. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.